Greg Edwards wins both features at Langley. Mike Looney closes in on Sellers and Morris for national title contention. Cars Tour Series Throwback race quickly becoming a marquee event in short track racing. Bubba Pollard, not a fan of bird watching. This is your race weekend wrap-up on Race22.com. Kingsport and Anderson were both victims to Mother Nature Friday night. Kingsport will try again next Friday. Anderson will host the Super Truck Series this coming Saturday, August 10th. Saturday night, August 3rd, Caraway Speedway Crash and Burn Night. 30-lap feature for the Challenger Charger division. Justin Hicks was your winner. Josh Lauder finished second. Wesley Hopkins finished third. Fourth was Mitchell Wright. Mac Little rounded out the top five. The Mass Street Stocks invaded Southern National Motorsports Park. 75-lap feature, 17 cars on the grounds. Ricky Locklear Jr. was your winner. Jeff Sparks finished second. Gary Ledbetter Sr. finished third. Greg Barnett finished fourth. Ron Flynn finished fifth. Langley Speedway had twin 70s for the late model stock cars, 15 cars on the grounds. Race number 1, overcoming shifting issues, Greg Edwards was your winner. Peyton Sellers finished second, Connor Hall finished third, Danny Edwards finished fourth, and Zach Lightfoot finished fifth in race number 1. In race number 2, it was Greg Edwards finishing first, brother Danny finished second, Connor Hall finished third, Brendan Queen finished fourth, and Thomas Marks rounded out the top 5. Following race number 2, Greg Edwards spoke with Buck Roos on Fan Choice TV on driving to the front after deciding to start from the rear in race number 2.
I told you in the first race we had problems shifting, and I didn't want to chance it, so I figured we'd start in the rear. And when I decided to do that, I decided, well, now I'm going to ride because I know those guys were going to push themselves as hard as they could. So I saved tires, eased my way through there to like 5th. Then I was lucky enough to get a caution, and I knew then we had a chance because I'd saved some right rear tire and the car was spot on. So I don't know what to tell you. It was just a really good race car. Honor to drive these things.
Mile Speedway, twin 50s for the late model stock cars, 15 cars in the pits. Mike Looney was your winner in race number 1. Philip Morris finished second. Cress Van Dyke finished third. Ryan Wilson finished fourth. Stuart Cruz rounded out the top 5 in race number 1. Race number 2 at Motor Mile, Mike Looney again over Philip Morris. Austin Thaxton finished third. Brian Reedy finished fourth. And Cress Van Dyke rounded out your top 5. Mike Looney spoke with Race 22's Langley Austin after race number 2 and says he knew the race could be called due to rain with 20 laps to go, so it was time to pounce. Plus, he says he is honestly savoring every moment this year after years of chasing Philip Morris.
I've been picking up his scraps for years up here. You know, that's all you can do to, if he's off one night, to maybe get it. But, you know, to just come out here and pass him in 2 races is just, it's really great. You know, I don't take it lightly. I know it's the sun don't shine on the same dog spot all the time, so we're really just trying to enjoy this as much as we can. You know, we were trying to rush off and get some laps in there, and I kind of thought that once we got to halfway, you know, if it got wet, it wasn't worth trying to get it dry probably. So I knew, I said that's probably it, and you know, it kind of quit, and we got back going again, and I knew like on when our tires were hot and we were running, I just couldn't pass that guy. He could just keep that momentum up somehow. And I knew that was my only shot, was to hold him up the hill down here on the restart. And I had to use a little more real estate than what we've been doing, but you know, that's racing. That's what we're here to win.
Bowman Grange Stadium. Burt Myers won the 100-lap feature for the Mighty Modifieds. Amber Lynn and Dylan Ward split Sportsman Twin features. And now the Cars Tours Throwback 276 at the Hickory Motor Speedway, another successful event put on by the Cars Tour. Super late models ran 138 laps, had 23 cars, all cars started.
Final set of corners, the 74 of Matt Craig honoring his chassis builder and stock car racing legend and super modified Robert Hamke. Matt Craig goes to victory lane, the super late model portion of the Throwback 276.
Mile while Matt was burning them down in celebration. Meanwhile, on pit road,
That was a good hard race.
He instigated.
It was a little rough. It was a little rough, man.
He instigated.
I didn't touch you.
I'm tired of it.
My front bumper never touched you, right?
No, I just tell you, it was good hard racing.
It was.
I could have took you out any
know.
which time.
You deserve-
And I didn't. But your old man comes by me and shoot me a bird. Had enough. Don't touch me, because I'll knock you out too.
Brandon Setzer finished second, Bubba Pollard finished third, Tate Fogelman finished fourth, and Donnie Wilson rounded out your top five. Donnie Wilson from the 405, that's Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, to all you uncool folks. First time ever at the Hickory Motor Speedway, led some laps, got a top five for his effort. Good job for Mr. Wilson. When the smoke finally cleared, Tony Stevens, voice of the Cars Tour and Pit Road TV, caught up with Matt Craig and Victor Lane. Matt says he was driving hard for his honoree and chassis builder Robert Hemke and drove the car with all he had to the finish.
I had to drive for everything I was worth. I mean, my car was a little tight center and loose end, but I didn't care. If I wrecked it by myself, it was going to be all right because I was hanging it out like a dirt car almost, I felt like. This race is turning into a crown jewel on super late model racing, and I'm so happy I got one. I mean, with Rob's name on the roof and number on the side. I mean, I know when them guys raced back in the day, they probably raced like that every weekend. And we raced like that one weekend. We're like, oh man, that was hard racing. But I mean, it was a lot of fun, and I'm really proud and glad that Robert got to ride on with me this weekend and get the win with us.
The late model stock cars had 36 cars take time in qualifying for 26 starting spots. That left only 2 provisionals to make the field. Late model stock cars also ran 138 laps.
White flag in the air for Ryan Repko. The Dave Marcus Realtree Throwback has about a 10 to 12 car length advantage over the rest of the field. And into turn number 3, Ryan Repko will take Dave Marcus to Cars Tour Edelbrock Victory Lane. He wins the Throwback 276.
Mr. Marcus was the first one to greet Ryan in Victory Lane.
You use your head good. The only one that pays is that checkered flag. You did a great job.
Pretty special moment with Dave Marcus and Ryan Repko in Victory Lane. The first time ever one of the honorees' cars has gone to Victory Lane in this event.
Craig Moore finished second, Bobby McCarty finished third, Lane Riggs finished fourth, and Sammy Smith rounded out your top 5. Tony Stevens spoke with a very excited Ryan Repko, who says what an honor it was to represent Mr. Dave Marcus, and definitely the biggest win of his young career.
It's an honor. I mean, this is a pretty prestigious event. It's about the only one you can win with an absolutely packed house, and to win a cars race, that's huge. That's pretty much the pinnacle of short track racing right now. And be able to honor Dave Marcus, that's just great.
Were you concerned at all during the latter portions of the race that you're going too fast, the pace was too much, that somebody behind you was going to come get you? What were those concerns, or did they not even enter your mind?
They didn't, because I had a car similar to when I won the Bobby Isaac, and I just drove up straight up off the corner, and I knew I wasn't burning up my stuff. It's definitely the biggest win of my career, and to get here at Hickory, that's huge. That's kind of my backyard, my home track, and I've been having a lot of success here lately, and I just love this place.
Well, that's it for this episode of Race Weekend Wrap-Up on Race22.com. Until next week, we'll see you at the races.